Welcome. This is a presentation from DIY Marketing, where we say, yes, you can. Now, roll up your shirt sleeves and get out your elbow grease. You're going to learn how to become a dynamic DIY marketer.
Hi, I'm Lauren Darr coming to you for DIYmarketing.tv, and we are going to pump up your press kits with the right material. I know I hammer on people about when you are going to have an event or you're going to a trade show or you have a conference that you need to have press kits. And so one of the most frequently asked questions that I get is, well, what in the world do I include in the press kit itself if I must have one? So you don't want to have too much information in a press kit, but you want to have enough information that it's meaningful and valuable. So there's that fine line of being meaningful and valuable without sending an editor into information overload. So anticipating their needs is kind of what we do with these press kits. Some items to consider including in the press kit are, one, if you're an organization that has annual reports, that's great to include because it gives the 30,000-foot viewpoint, provides an overview and a current snapshot of the organization or the business. And in many cases, if you're a public company, it's probably required. You want to include bios in your press kits of executives, company spokespeople, your sales and marketing people that might be asked questions or featured in a segment. Make sure that you have your bios in the press kit also. Include some brochures. This can be a company overview, or it can be on a product, or it can be on a solution or platform if you're a software company. But resist the urge to include every brochure that you've ever produced in the universe. Make sure that what brochures you include are just those ones that are right now significant and important to business and getting you that media attention and exposure. Also include a backgrounder on your company. Some editors may not be familiar with your company, so a backgrounder is going to be an easy way for them to familiarize themselves with your history and get some factual information that they might include as a tidbit here or there in a story. And I would say don't have this more than 2 to 3 pages long at the max. Because if it gets too long, it just becomes too cumbersome and it goes into that information overload that we want to avoid. Now, if you have any positioning statements, this is especially important if you're having a press conference on a certain stance that you're taking on an issue that's current. Many times these are more for humanitarian efforts or charity efforts, but just something else that you might want to consider including in a press kit. Obviously, you want to have the press releases. If you're having a press conference or you're at a trade show where you're introducing products, make sure the current press releases are there. But again, make sure that they're the current ones. Don't include every press release that you've ever done for your company. Photos and artwork. These are great to have in there so that you have your logos, pictures of your company spokespeople, photos of your products, maybe sketches or flow charts for your solutions. Make sure they're at least 300 DPI so that they can be used for both online and in print. Now, lastly, what you might want to include in your press kits is if you're including a CD or a DVD, put some videos on there. These are becoming more and more popular as more and more media outlets like newspapers and radio and TV go to online. You know, TV's obviously always had video, but other news outlets are now going to video since we have broadband networks and it's a lot easier to view those videos online. So you might want to think about that if you have a clip of your spokesperson, or even if you have a product demo. Those are some items that you might want to consider for your press kits so that you can Pump them up and make sure that you have the right material for the media that you are handing them out to. As always, if you have any questions or comments about press kits or any of our videos on DIY marketing, feel free to put those in on our website. I'm Lauren Darr, coming to you from DIYmarketing.tv.
This has been a presentation of DIY Marketing. Thank you for joining us. Now get out there and market, because oh yes, you most certainly can.